Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez exchanged the New York winner for a Miami getaway last week, drawing swift criticism on social media over a maskless toast with her boyfriend as New York experiences record-breaking COVID case numbers. The Congresswoman was called out for the display of hypocrisy by critics on both sides of the aisle. Former Trump campaign advisor Steve Cortez tweeted out, quote, "If leftists like AOC actually thought mandates and masking worked, they wouldn't be frolicking in free Florida." He also added that her boyfriend's showing his gross, pale male feet in public. AOC responded to Cortez saying, "If Republicans are mad, they can't date me. They could just say that instead of projecting their sexual frustrations on my boyfriend's feet." AOC still appears to be in good spirits in the Sunshine State and was spotted yesterday at a large maskless drag show at a Miami bar. So, yeah, I mean, look, this does just kind of showcase, I think, more of the hypocrisy that are coming from the political class. They do give us all of these mandates. They support these mandates. And then they, run off. I mean, she was criticizing Ted Cruz for wanting to run off to where, Cancun, and she runs off to Miami.
Well, Ted Cruz ran off to Cancun in the midst of the state's meltdown because of its deregulation of its energy grid. And everybody else was freezing, and he hopped off to Cancun, which was just hilariously bad political optics and political instincts. Now, our era is characterized by relentless efforts to gotcha each side, and then they use the other side's language to gotcha the other side. So the right is not for wearing masks outside in Florida. But all of a sudden, AOC is not wearing one. They're like, aha, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I get that so I think the fair criticism is that, right, she's all about, I mean, she's not the architect of these policies, but as far as I know, AOC has not gone out of her way to go, actually, I think some of the CDC guidance goes too far, right? She's pushed the establishment liberal line on COVID mitigation. So I do think there is at least some hypocrisy in then going off and doing this kind of thing, which I think is totally fine. Everyone should go to Florida and be maskless and happy. They should not even have to go to Florida to do that. The part of it I don't like, the criticism, like the feet thing. Like, who cares?
Yeah, that was weird.
What was he doing wrong? He was wearing sandals in public? That's
in Miami. Can't wear sandals in Miami?
Yeah, what the F is that? I don't.
He wants him wearing sneakers and socks.
I'm going to be in Miami next week. I'm going to be wearing sandals in public. Sandals. Sorry. And a bathing suit and a tank top. Sorry. That's just going to be my wardrobe. So don't come for me, Steve Cortez.
Very odd criticism. Totally odd.
What did you think of that other part? Because the right is texting out also about her calling them out and saying that, don't foist your sexual frustrations on me. A friend of mine texted me a Fox News article about it, and he added, "She's right though." What was your reaction to that?
I don't think she's right. I think that this is often sort of I think that there's often this, well, the reason why you're mad at me is, or the reason why you're criticizing me is because you're jealous in some way, or you're, you just want to date me, or all of that stuff I think is very petty. And to me, it's as petty as the feet thing. And I guess she was just kind of throwing back at him. I do think AOC is the queen of comebacks. I think she's brilliant at it. So I do think that she was kind of throwing back at them what they were throwing at her with this weird feet thing, like maybe he's got a foot fetish or something. Here I am now doing it.
Do you just think all your critics want to date you, Kim?
Yeah, that's what it is. Anybody who criticizes me just wants to date me. That's always my go-to.
And the other irony was that the right is like, wait a minute, isn't that anti-feminist, or they're grappling for the left-wing lingo that they can find to try to do a gotcha on it, which you could easily do if you worked hard enough or called the right professors. But it's just fun to see them kind of retreat to, hey, that's not politically correct, and hey, you're not wearing a mask outdoors.
Right.
It's like, isn't that the world you want?
She does, but she does deserve this criticism because, look, I mean, if I haven't gone through her tweets, but I would imagine that AOC is not has not left behind any opportunity to criticize Ron DeSantis and his governing of Florida and the pandemic. I mean, every single Democrat has seemed to do that. So if you're not a fan of Ron DeSantis and the way he has governed Florida and you think that he is causing disaster, then why would you go to Florida and participate in those, in his governance? right? Maskless outdoors.
Right. The liberals have missed every opportunity to just say, look, the science is if you're outside, you're much, 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 much safer. You can't say you're 100% safe, but being outdoors, there's very little evidence that it's transmissible. In an outdoor setting.
The other thing about AOC is like she went to the Met Gala in a dress, right? Like a much talked about dress. She wanted, like she has entered into the kind of fashion celebrity world. So it's a little odd to sort of court that kind of attention to one's appearance and then be really upset when you get it. I don't know.
There's a difference between.
I'm not saying that she should be subjected to cruel or harassing kind of comments, but we talk about celebrities and what they're wearing.
I think there's a difference between those two things.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, certainly not her boyfriend's feet, right?
That was just dumb. That was really dumb.
Yeah,
I don't get what's wrong with that.
And looking at appearance, I don't know. He's not the one who wore the dress either, so I think he can show his feet.
This isn't Saudi Arabia. We don't have to all be wearing like full body length robes, hide our ankles in Florida. Excuse me, or else the terrorists have truly already won, right?
Right. Foot burkas for all. And we will have more rising right after this.